All right. One more thing, right? Real quick, because we gotta have this conversation when I end the show. I wanted to talk about Jamorant. That's how you pronounce his name, the basketball player Jamorant. Ja Morant has conditions for Grizzlies' return hazily outlined by head coach Taylor Jenkins. Ja Morant remains away from the Memphis Grizzlies, and the conditions for his return remain hazy as ever. When asked by reporters, Grizzly head coach Taylor Jenkins declined to share specifics for what Morant needs to do to play for the team again, but did allude to specific steps the 23-year-old All-Star needs to accomplish. Jenkins had previously announced Morant would miss at least the next 4 games. However, Colorado is not charging him with anything. The hesitation from the Grizzlies to provide any firm timetable underscores how much work the team thinks he still has to do. Since his suspension, the team has lost 2 games to the Los Angeles Clippers and the Los Angeles Lakers. Ja Morant has had a troubling year with the Grizzlies. He was already on shaky ground for his now infamous social media appearance with what appeared to be a gun at a
That's not
nightclub.
why they're backing him up with the Grizzlies. I'm here in Memphis. That's not why they're getting it.
Let me just finish. Earlier that week, Morant was reported to have allegedly assaulted a teenager and threatened him with a gun during a pickup game at his house last summer. And in a separate incident, allegedly threatened the head of security at a Memphis mall. So they're trying to compile all those instances together. And then after the final one with the social media, they say, okay, we're going to suspend you right now for 4 games.
Well, look, what they're getting him for is just inappropriate behavior. It's got nothing to do, in essence, with that. Memphis, where the Grizzlies are located, is a constitutional carry area. In other words, if you're eligible to buy it, you're okay to carry it without a formal permit. It's the whole state's that way. And I told you in some of our discussions we had offline
Mhm.
that he was not going to get any charges out of Colorado because he had broken no laws. And I discussed about that. And I also talked about First Amendment and other stuff, but that's not why they're getting him. It's like, even if you are appropriately within the First Amendment rights of expression, he's doing the equivalent of what you see too much of around Memphis anyway. Somebody is in a parking lot at a restaurant where there are families and children and there are senior citizens and other people, and dudes going, "Hey, man, stump, man. You get Tamika, man, was it good, man? I tell you it's good, man." It's like, "Yeah, man, I knocked that out." Brother, do you have to share your conversation about what you got the other night from one end of the parking lot to the other with all these people out here listening? You
Mm.
know, that's what they're getting on him about. Like, hey, try to act like you're a gentleman if you get a grip on that. And see, we've got another problem in Memphis. Some of the NBA stars who came out of here, I can think of 1 or 2 of them. One of them got shot one time. he recovered, but
Right. Well,
it happens. You see, they have some serious thugs. This is the murder capital of America right now. And until I get in and put a damper on that and start turning things around, we don't want an NBA star getting himself blown away. So chill out and act like you're laid back, and it's called being cool. Like, hey,
right.
instead of getting up all frenetic, just lay back and be cool. Be cool, man. Chill.
Another person, well, he's a retired NBA, Shawn Kemp. So ex Sonic, and this is when the Sonics were named the Sonics. That's how long he's been out of the game. But ex Sonic star Shawn Kemp released after shooting, no charges immediately filed. Right. So here's the backstory. Former Seattle Supersonic star Shawn Kemp was released from jail on Thursday without charges. being filed against him one day after he was arrested following an alleged shooting. A spokesman for the Pierce County Prosecutor Office told Associated Press in an email statement that charges weren't being filed. Kemp's lawyer, Scott Boatman, issued a statement via ESPN and said Kemp tracked his stolen iPhone to an occupied vehicle in the mall parking lot after his car was broken into and burglarized. When Kemp approached the vehicle, the individual shot at him and he returned fire in self defense. There was no drive by shooting as previously reported, and Mr. Kemp's actions were reasonably and legally justified. Mr. Kemp met with law enforcement at the scene in an attempt to assist in the matter. Mr. Kemp has retained criminal attorneys Aaron Caviet and
No, I don't read them. I don't. They're not paying you for the advertisement.
Okay, that's true. Pierce County records show that Kemp was booked on a drive-by shooting charge Wednesday afternoon. Altercation between occupants of two cars led to shots being fired in a parking lot. But now he is released, right?
Yeah, because it wasn't shots being fired after a drive-by. See what I'm telling you about press?
And he was driving a Porsche.
Yeah, but see what I told you about press?
Mm-hmm.
See what I told you about why they've got a rule that says you cannot consider arrest in employment. That's a 1970 U.S. Supreme Court case. It's under Title VII, but it applies to the other stuff. The statistical...
Kemp. I was saying Kemp. It's Kemp. Okay.
Okay. The statistical fact, and the audience needs to know this, is that the United States Supreme Court found that statistically it's impossible to be a black man and reach 25 years of age in this country without having been arrested at least one time in life for no cause. So you can only inquire without a demonstration of a specific need to know otherwise of a person's convictions, not their arrest.
Okay.
That's why. See, they went and pushed this in the press, some idiots trying to get ratings points, get people to be tuned in to buy the rag or whatever it may be. And it turns out it wasn't a drive-by. He was broken in, he followed his cell phone, and somebody pulled a gun on him and they shot it out. That's self-defense. We need more of that.
Right. All right. Good show. Let me wait. Put this up.
And by the way, can I say one other thing real quick too? For the audience, Dana and I don't court. We're good friends, but it's like you get married couples, they're good friends. This is how men and women had interchanges with each other when I was growing up. Arguments, but it wasn't a fight. Might even got heated, but you got over it. So watch and learn.
Don't judge him, Joe Brown.